Spicy K.
And it's your girl TK. How y'all doing?
We are on episode number 49, I believe. Yes, we've almost made it to 52, which will mean that we have did this for a year. This is our actually, I think this is our anniversary month of the podcast. So,
It's our anniversary.
yes. So, we don't know what we're going to do for our anniversary. I may give away a shirt or so.
Yes.
But anyway, it's also Women National Women's Month. I think that's what it is. The correct title,
I don't think
something
that's
like
what it
that,
is.
huh? I feel like that's like the wrong name. It's Women's Month. I think there's another word in front of that. I think it's like three words, but I can't figure out what they are. But anyway, of course, since we're no longer in Black History Month, we're back to the first 48 who you're telling on. So, TK, who are you telling on this week for
Man,
episode number 49?
hopefully, none of the people that I work with watch the podcast, but we got this guy at my job, right? We have a very interesting bathroom facility.
Okay.
Um, there's one there's one over there where that's near us, and it's open, to everybody. It's like covers the whole floor area, right? Okay.
Okay.
And this one guy, he just 2 3 times a day he in there, copping squats, and I'm like, bro, okay. Um, and then we have to leave the door open because that's the only way you know that if somebody's in there or not, right?
Okay.
And this dude just, man, it's
Wait,
just
wait. Which door do y'all have to let open? Wait, hold on.
the
Like
bathroom door.
the whole bathroom door?
Yeah, like when you come out, you gotta leave it open.
Oh, okay.
You can't, no matter how much you spray, it smells like for shit. Febreze. He went through a whole bottle like in the last couple weeks because he just decided that that's just how he gonna pretend like he ain't just went in there and dropped 5 or 6 or 7 dookies down in there. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just and he just is he's I think he's been there longer than anybody. And
Mm.
they keep a pretty clean facility, but it's right there with all the rest of us. And it's like, bruh. And then there's others that he can use, for that. Like, yeah, this one,
So if he walk a little bit further, he doesn't have to be near you all.
man.
But he
Yeah.
just chooses. Do you like? Have you talked to him?
Who?
Does he know?
Bruh, what? Yeah, he know. Yeah, he fucking know. You mean, does he know? Yeah, he know. He know he stink. And he know he's spraying all that damn Febreze in there, trying not to stink, and he just making it worse on everybody. Like, my
Mm.
homeboy went open up the like, there's this door that we're supposed to keep closed, but it leads out to the shop where we got all our stuff. And
Yeah.
that door got a big bay door on it. And so my homeboy that opened up the door talking about, ooh, he said, I had to get some fresh air in here. So the roll up doors up, and then the doors that's not supposed to be open ever. Like it says do not ever have these doors open. Was wide ass open. Nobody said shit. I said, okay. That's fine by me. He was like, man, I had to. He said, I had no choice. I said, I feel you on that because it was right in here. Customers be coming in and they be like, oh yeah, whoa, what is that? No, they don't say that, but
Like, does the customers use that same bathroom?
mm-hmm,
Oh, okay.
mm-hmm.
Okay. Interesting.
Isn't it?
So that means that if they had to do as well, that y'all would still smell it.
Mm.
Mm,
And they think
interesting.
we can't. and they think we cannot. That's why the one woman got all of us that one day because she shut the door when she came out. We know, and you're not just staring at the bathroom, so you don't know if somebody's in there or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, girl. And
Whoa.
it was. She just closed the door. So the first person that went in there was one of our drivers. He went there. He didn't say nothing. He didn't. But then I went in there after him, and I was
So
like,
why didn't you go to the other one that's farther away then?
because it's for the other guys, and I don't want to. I
Oh.
mean, it's in the shop,
Oh. Okay.
and I've never seen it before. I don't know. That would be weird. Don't be
Oh.
asking weird, random questions. Tell me who you telling on.
So this week I am telling on a popular chicken chain. I'm not gonna say the name because of course I'm not gonna say the name. But so one, I end up missing the deal that I was trying to get because I forgot that it is March now. And I saw the deal in February. So I was kind of hurt by that. And I pull up to the establishment and I waited for a long time, like waited long enough that two of the cars in front of me, like completely got out of line. So if that wasn't
Two.
bad enough, yeah, if that wasn't bad, and so that means it was only one car that was literally at the drive-through and was at the drive-through the whole time. So still stayed and waited. Get to the window. Well, get to the drive-through speaker. Still had to wait before they were able to take my order. Finally took my order. Get to the window. Still had to wait. And I just didn't appreciate the fact that because they said that my food that I was looking for was not ready. And I'm like, how is it not ready? Like, this is literally your company. But anyway. But yeah, I waited, but I took care of a lot of stuff. I did went online and took care of a lot of things that I needed to get taken care of because clearly, what else was I supposed to do? Because nobody else. Like I'm just in my car, just chilling.
You gonna go? You gonna pay it already?
Yep. So that's who I am telling on this week. So for our first topic for It's Cool When They Do It, It's a Problem When We Do It, we're going to talk about someone named Edward Blum. Now, you may not have heard his name before. However, several months back during the summer, we mentioned about the affirmative action in the Supreme Court, basically saying that it's no longer allowed in the college system. So Edward Blum is basically the litigator behind
All
that.
of that.
He is also behind the Fearless Fund, which is a organization that was set up to basically be like a venture capitalist type situation to help out specifically black women. They were able to get what was that? I think they were able to get like several pledges of money. Costco, JP Morgan, and I think there was two others. I can't think of the other ones right now. But Costco and JP Morgan are still still contributing. The other two have kind of moved away. Apparently, Mr. Lovely Edward Blum decides to fight against what he believes is an injustice. Basically, it seems like anything that's helping out minorities, and specifically black minorities, seems to be a problem for him. So, TK, what are your thoughts on the whole situation?
Well, and to be honest with you, I don't really think Mr. Bloom himself has the problem. I think it's the people that are paying him to make it other people's problem.
Well, he's the one that's finding lawyers for these people. He also is helping collect money, though. Do want to throw that out there. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the passion that he has or seems to have for not wanting us to succeed or not, I mean, just think about what that means. I I went when I was younger. I went back and forth on affirmative action because some will say that some of us even will say that it's not needed. We can earn our own. Uh, some say that when it was actually started, we possibly could have had we rejected it then. Been went further on our own. Um, a lot of different things have been said about it that I try to take into account when I think about how I feel about affirmative action. But yeah, he's got a passion to see it, done away with. He got his wish and he still can't let it go. I don't understand. I don't
No, because
understand.
he specifically said that he's gonna, if I remember correctly, he stated that he was gonna basically, go after a lot of these people, a lot of companies and stuff like that. A lot of companies have basically dismantled their DEI departments. Um, they because they know that there is a potential for him to like bring a lawsuit. He's also one of the ones, I think it was like Hello Alex or something. Alice. One of the other ones said he is suing. He's thinking about bringing a class action lawsuit. So basically, as it referenced in the article that I read, it was basically saying that that class action lawsuit would pretty much allow every white man to file a claim against
Wow.
this particular company.
And that's what they want. That's all they want to do is tie up the stuff. The people that we need to do stuff for us, tie them up with stupid shit like this.
Yeah, and they said that in 2022 he was able to collect uh, $44 million. So $44 million was donated to his organizations because I think it's like several names of the organization. Basically, what happens or what originally was happening, because apparently he's been doing this for years, um, is that he was kind of sort of seek out like any person, company that he think has been done wrong, as it relates to, he basically doesn't want anything to reflect color. But I think that's, to me, kind of weird that
Yeah.
now, since there's some kind of level of, trying to make sure that, people of color, especially black people, are on a level playing field. Now you're like, no, we don't need it to be level. That's how I take it.
They,
Because that's literally because they mentioned that like point zero, wait, 0.01, so I guess a tenth of the percent of venture capitalists went to like, black people, black companies in general. So they're just basically trying to help out, especially the Fearless Fund was just trying to help out with that, because a lot of times, you know, unfortunately, then, black people are sometimes at a disadvantage because they're not able to, they don't necessarily have the generational wealth to be able to, allow someone to be able to get $100,000, donated from their family or their parents. They don't necessarily have that opportunity. Don't get me wrong, there are some that does have that opportunity, but it's fewer and far between.
well, what does
So
that
they
feel
don't.
like? What does it feel like though?
What do you
You
mean?
being only hired because you're black.
No, no, no. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the Fearless Fund. I'm
Okay.
talking about the Fearless Fund. I'm not talking about affirmative action. I'm talking about the Fearless Fund. Like, I don't think this is the issue that if we were going to talk about affirmative action, the issue that I have is that most of the time you are dealing with people that are very qualified. I hate the notion that just because a black person is, promoted or accepts a position, it's because of affirmative action. A lot of black people are educated people, so experienced people. So they always make it seem like they just went and picked up some homeless person off the street and gave them a job, and like that's who they're comparing it to. But no, it's comparing your master's degree or your bachelor's degree to my master's degree, or your, associates to bachelor's, or bachelor's to bachelor. Like, these are people basically like apples to apples and oranges to oranges. Like, it's not apples to oranges or anything like that. Right. So the whole notion that it's giving to people that don't qualify, like, that's one of the things as it relates to affirmative action that you can't do. Like, you're not really allowed to give someone a job because of their race that's not qualified. Like, people have to be qualified for these positions. So I hate that notion that people are always saying, like, oh my goodness, they're just, like I said, just picking up some random homeless person or unhoused person off the street and just saying, okay, let's give this person a job, which is not the case at all.
Only in Trading Places.
The movie with Eddie Murphy? Okay, then.
That was it right there.
Whoa.
He came all the way up.
But did you see the other company, the Hey Alice? Hello Alice?
Hello Alice. No. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Nothing about them at all.
I read so in the New York Times there was an article, I guess, well, basically an interview, and they were asking him, did he think that what he's doing, is it basically going against everything that like his family stood for? Because his family is and I don't want to really like get into politics. I'm just basing off this particular situation. But basically his family is liberal Jewish people, and his cases are more on a conservative notion.
You think?
I'm just saying. So they asked him about it, and he was just saying that he just believes that race should not be a factor. And like I said, that's, I can agree to that part, that race should not be a factor. People qualifications should stand. But you have to also understand that there's a lot of prejudice. There's a lot of things that work against black people just because it's black people, or just because they're Asian, just because they're Hispanic or whatever. Like, there's a lot of things that work against you automatically. It's not just as simple as, because you think about it, like, they have a lot of people that say it's about who you know and not necessarily what you know. If you don't know anyone in those positions, you're not gonna like, if that's truly the case, you need to know someone in that position. Most people hang around the same type of people. So if you don't know those people, you're also not going to be able to give the chance, because they're going to give the job, potentially give a job or the promotion to, Larry the neighbor, because they don't know, Brenda down the street. They don't know her.
Exactly. I mean, that all that prevents that, but still, I think it's gonna get out of hand. Y'all don't want that. Y'all don't want us to be out here without jobs now.
Well, that's why I'm like, it's moving it on to the corporate world, workplace and stuff like that. Like, again, a lot of times people are very qualified. It's not like they're not qualified. And to be perfectly honest, I've seen a lot more in my working life, a lot more unqualified white people getting promoted than I have seen black people.
Amen.
So the whole notion that someone got a job and they weren't qualified, you might need to start looking around at the people. That's just my take on it, though.
these folks just ain't they ain't right.
So, any other thoughts about it?
No, I'm good on that.
Okay. So, the next topic we're going to talk about is something that there's kind of, in my mind, there's two parts to this. So, basically, on TikTok, this girl stated that she was fired because she had a Birkin bag.
Mm.
And she said that her organization said that that's why they fired her, because that didn't represent their company, their brand, things of that nature. Apparently, she's a office nurse.
Mm.
That's what her title. That's what she said her title was. Um, this is the thing. When I first heard the story, I was like, "Oh, if someone has a problem with you having an expensive bag, because keep in mind, some Birkin bags, most of them start at like $22,000. That's
Mm-hmm.
22000. Um, so I was like, oh, maybe she works for like a homeless place or some kind of non-profit that serves, underprivileged, people. And
Mm-hmm.
I could understand if they felt like, you're flaunting wealth to people that, probably can't even afford a regular, Walmart bag or something like that. So then I found out that she was like a hospice, worked at like a hospice type place or something. Um, and that's when the rabbit hole begins of what she's saying and what is actually the truth. So, did you get a chance to look at those videos?
I did not.
Oh, you didn't watch them at all?
I did not.
Okay.
The Birkin lady. I believe I heard about this, if not a couple weeks ago, but I never did any research onto it.
Mm. Did you see? Okay, so that basically it was another. It was a couple other creators that were stating that her having a Birkin bag didn't seem like the reason that she was potentially fired, and then she stated that her lawyer said that they can't fire you for being classes, and which was interesting to me. And then they also stated, then they also stated um, that she was saying that she was going to have like a quick turnaround time of like getting a settlement or something like that. Like it was in like within a day or so. And I was like, the only settlement I know of that happened within a day is the Puff Daddy situation. Um, and then she was like in her video about being fired, she mentioned that she's never been late. Well, this is the thing. The girl has plenty of TikToks while she's at work. And one of her TikToks is like, I'm supposed to be at work at 8 o'clock, and she was still in her house at 7:59. So why are you now saying that like you're you've never been late when clearly you have been, and there's proof of that? So it brings me to a topic of people that decide to, like, don't get me wrong, I understand a lot of people want to make money on social media. We want to eventually be able to have enough subscribers and views and stuff like that to make money as well. So I completely understand
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
But the manufactured, like, things specifically that isn't true, that's weird to me.
Mhm.
Like, I just don't understand how, like, you would want to, I just don't understand, like, how you wanted to set that up on a lie. Like, to me, that's so weird. What are your thoughts about that?
Definitely. Well, likes are the new drug. Killing people, stringing people out, all that. So for the love of money and likes and earning that on social media, some people will go to extremes and beyond for that. And I can't fault them because it is what it is. Today's society is that's how people make money.
Yeah,
So
and like there's a lot of money. Like I said, there's a lot of money to be made, but at the same time, like why lie? Like, because I think about I hope this is how you pronounce this girl name. Her name is Shatay. And she does things that are completely skits, but people know that they're skits. Like she's the person that does like the news stuff, where she's always like telling like the truth, and then always asking like is the camera on,
hmm
or if they're live. But like I said, they know that that's skits, and that's I have no problem with skits. I have no problem with people doing them at all. And like I said, I truly enjoy her skits because she cracks me up. But when you just lie just for the sake of lying, and like they literally pulled up and she said that she had like a Range Rover, and they were like, she stole that, allegedly stole the video from another creator, because they was like it showed her nails and saying that her nails were old, and they was like you just literally took videos the day before and the same day, and you didn't have your nails done, so why are you all of a sudden? And then they were like, if you just said it was cold, why do you have on flip-flops and shorts in the video? Like none of that makes sense. She also stated apparently that she stayed in a townhouse, but she's in an apartment. There's nothing wrong with an apartment. She also said that she had a Blazer, but she was driving an Equinox. Like just random lies, like to the point that people was calling her like Legioness and all this stuff, and be like she has to be Legion's sister. And I was like, this is very, and like to me, I would be embarrassed that I'm. First of all, I have no reason to lie on social media or anything whatsoever. And then I'm like, do you not know that people know you? Like, I can just only imagine, because there is clearly people that will call other people out, call them haters, call them whatever you want to. But if I got on there and said that I had, things that I didn't have, and people knew I didn't have them, I would expect those people to be like, interesting, because that's what I would do. I'm just saying, I would do it.
why? Why bust that bubble?
Because why are you lying when you know we can all see it? That would be my point. Like, why are you lying when we can all see this? Like, to me, that's way too wild.
Yeah. Something for the internet is what you did on MySpace.
You said what?
I said something for the internet is what you did on MySpace. So that means you old enough, old as hell now. So you know better than that. So stop.
But
Stop
yeah,
it.
but
Don't
yeah,
do
they
it.
basically called her out about, like I said, a lot of things. Um, and like I said, I just was very concerned of like allegedly her lying, and they were like, so you got a Range Rover, you got a Blazer, and you got a Birkin bag, but you don't have a they were saying she didn't have a headboard. Now I guess some people don't like headboards, I don't know, but they were
Well,
mentioning a lot of things that didn't correlate to her having a 22,000 Birkin bag.
$22,000 for just the bag.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, she got like a whole set with it. I'm sure, like some
No, I think that's
earmuffs
what
and
it
some
is.
a
And then people
scarf.
are like, even the bags that she's been showing are probably not even real. Like everybody was like, not everybody, several people were like, they're probably from DH Gate, which I don't go there. So
I don't even know what that is. They got Birkin
apparently
bags.
it's like a dupe, like a knockoff
I know what a
online
dupe is.
retailer. Okay, well you was looking like you had no idea what
But a Birkin bag, like you said, that's $500,000. How
Twenty-three
they
thousand is not
how
$500,000.
they pulling that off?
She said she had some other kind of company or something. I don't know. Just odd behavior. Like what Gaka said,
Well,
why lie?
well, if she do have somebody that can make them like that, she ain't the only one that got one, and they gonna sell a whole bunch more probably.
Well, because people were asking for her. I haven't been back to it. This was like a couple of days when I looked. People were asking her if she can show like the verification or whatever that it's a real bag.
uh, I don't know. It's at the crib.
Eh. So
You
yeah.
feel me?
Any other thoughts about that?
No, because I don't know.
Okay. So we'll go to the next one, which is Shannon Sharpe.
What the hell? That
So
everybody talking about Shannon Sharpe again?
so apparently he had a because he had some kind of, I think it's a cognac maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he had some kind of cognac, and apparently he was doing like a I guess a promotional tour basically for it.
Mm-hmm.
And so they were talking about how they were talking about his outfit. He had a man purse
Mm-hmm.
and how he was walking. People been alluding to saying that, he's part of the LGBTQ
IA plus.
IA plus committee. And
Eligibility.
somebody brought up something very interesting. They were like, it wasn't until, like, he's been on TV for all this time, and maybe I just wasn't aware. Now, before his interview with Cat Williams, I watch Nightcap sometimes. That's with him and Ocho, because I don't watch the one with Gilbert, because I don't like that man for some reason. Something about him irks me. But I like Ocho. I like Ocho Cinco. So I do watch Nightcap sometimes, prior to the whole Cat Williams interview. And it just seems like more and more people are saying that he's part of that committee. And whether he is or isn't, like, that's really nobody's business, to be honest. Also, they keep on bringing up and saying that one of the guys is like the boyfriend or something, which apparently, I think his name is Hollywood. I think that's his name. Something
Hollywood.
similar. But apparently that was his stylist. Because,
My man ain't with
a
no
lot of
women in
people
Hollywood.
do have people that are part of that committee that, do their hair, that style them. Because a lot of the, gay guys are very fashion forward. So, and then people were saying his pants were too tight and stuff like that. So they were pretty much making fun of him. People did a lot of videos
Mm-hmm.
about it as well. So, what do you think of the whole situation? Like, do you think this was like, because I'm quite sure you watched the show that he had with Skip and stuff like that because you like sports way more than I do. So, like, have you heard any rumors about that previously? Or do you think, like, this is all just some kind of backlash of, his success from doing the Cat Williams interview in particular?
Oh yeah, they nobody has ever had allegations against Shannon Sharpe until Miss Netta came along. Miss Netta and Charles, they say uh, they never see them two in the same place because that's the same person.
Oh, my.
And
Oh,
so,
my.
I didn't see anything really wrong with his outfit. He had an awkward angle of a picture taken of him. Looked like he had his hip out. Looked like he was, sashaying a little bit. But no, I don't think so. But there's never been any allegations of that as far as I know, that anybody said it's Shannon Sharpe grade. He's what having hell of a tight end. Hell, I guess that don't make it no better his position. But but you know mm, he needs to handle it though. He needs to let it be known.
Well, I think I believe he has. I haven't really watched Nightcap in a minute because I know they normally discuss everything on Nightcap. Because it's not just one of the reasons why I like because it's not just sports. It's a little bit of everything. It's about like sometimes their personal life, random stories and stuff like that. Because if it was probably related to sports, I probably won't watch it to be perfectly honest. But that's just me. But I think Ocho is hilarious, so that's the only reason why. Even though they took a vote one show and everybody was like, Shannon is way funnier than Ocho, and I was like, y'all don't know funny. Like I know funny, but yeah, I think that people are trying to potentially discredit him because of the fame. Because you also have to understand too that unfortunately in the black community, once people get any kind of attention, there comes the hate, there comes the shade, there comes the allegation, there comes this, that, and the third. Which is unfortunate because, like I said, he was very, he was on the show, whatever. What's the name of that show with Skip that he was on? What
Skip.
was that? Yeah, Skip Bayless.
Oh, I don't know.
First Take? Is that First Take? Or is the other one that he's
Was
doing now
Stephen
First Take?
A. Let's
Huh?
take it to Stephen A.
Oh, so that's what he's currently doing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know the name of it. Let me
I
let me
don't like
Google.
Skip Bayless at all.
I'm gonna Google what it was.
Well, you Google it. You
Uh,
Google.
and Shannon Shaw, Undisputed. That's what it was. Undisputed. And that show was very popular. Like, I don't know if it got as many views as the Cat Williams interview, but it definitely got a lot of views. So I don't know, other than because they may feel like I know a lot of people that watched the Cat Williams interview felt like Cat was going against too many black people and felt like Shannon was allowing him to go against a lot of black people. So I don't know.
Yeah.
And so maybe that's a way to try to like take them down. Because I feel like two things that people do,
Two things.
is specifically in the black community. As it relates to a guy, they question his sexuality. So they, quick to say someone's gay, da 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 da, all this stuff. And then when it comes to a woman, they quick to question a woman's femininity. They quick to be like, you're trans woman, you're this, you're that. And they use it to be very derogatory, which isn't fair, not only to gay people but to the trans people as well. And it's not fair to black women and black women and black men, because like each person is their own individual. So
I
do you
agree.
think that happens a lot?
Oh yeah. Everybody gets clumped in together with everybody else that has similar features and qualities.
And then like sometimes I think the people don't even necessarily have I don't think they necessarily have the qualities or whatever, because there's a lot of people that, especially guys that are, gay, that you would never know it
Mm-hmm.
because they don't present as a so-called gay dude. And
Definitely true.
so they don't, like I said, they don't necessarily fit the stereotype. So I'm not sure why they even, I don't know. That's just my thoughts on it. You got any thoughts on it?
No.
Okay. Well, we go ahead and hit the last segment for this, and it's what has a TV show, book, TV show, or book taught you. And this week is your go, PK.
Well, I'm gonna take it back to my childhood with The Best Nest. That book is available on Amazon. I did look it up and see. The Best Nest. Okay, so it's about this family. They had it was a mama, daddy, and a baby bird. You know, and I was the only child growing up, so it really resonated with me as what my small family looked like, right?
Okay.
So the Best Nest, you know, they had the okay. So first it was just the two of them, and then they had the baby, so they had to get a better nest. You know,
Okay.
mom and daddy, you know, they built it and this thing, this, that, and the other, put it in a tree, you know, so keep it safe, you know, so they could start a family. Start a family, you know, it got too big. Baby too big, now they need a bigger nest. And so they got to do all these different things to build another nest somewhere else that's bigger. You know, if you don't know about birds building a nest, it takes a lot to build a nest. It's not something that's easy. They get scraps of paper. They use chip bags. They use branches, little uh, flaps of plastic. Anything. They literally put together a home for themselves. Just imagine every time you move, you had to build your house.
Dang.
So you know you do the best that you can. You try everything that you do. You know it's always gonna be good enough. Like the baby bird, you know, learn good hard lesson that you know your parents work hard to keep a head. I mean a head. Keep your head covered up. Keep you you know covered up and everything. Make sure you fed and do all that. I think if we got away from books like that that teach humanity and understanding and caring, you know, about other people and how family is important. We got away from those kind of books, you know, to make way for. I get it, learning, you know, ABC. You know, Johnny is 13 weeks old and he can count to 10. You know, type shit. That's what everybody looking for, the next genius baby. But I think we need to get back to where people taught and read to their kids about how to be kind and how to be friends with each other and how to get along with other people.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
The Best Nest. Check it out. Pick it up on Amazon. I read it to you kids.
Okay. Well, that is all for episode 49 in the books.
And
This is the Ops. We telling it all. This is your girl, Spicy K.
I'm your girl TK. Peace out. Mwah.
And we out of here.